Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a comparison between the Dreame Matrix 10 on the left with spinning mop pads and the Dreame Aqua 10 on the right. It's got a mop roller. We're going to see how well they pick up these muddy paw prints and do vacuuming and corner cleaning tests and long hair. And obstacle avoidance. In the Dreame Matrix 10 Ultra on the left and the Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra on the right. Now, the Dreame Aqua 10 Ultra uses a mop roller. The Matrix uses spinning mop pads. So in this video, I'm going to show you how each one of them cleans the same room. First, I'm going to talk about the differences, then I'll show you how each one cleans. I did buy both of these with my own money. The Dreame Matrix 10 retails for $2,000. That's what I spent. It's on sale right now for $1,800. The Aqua 10 Ultra, it's retails for $1,600. It's on sale for $1,200 right now. That's a pretty good price. And spoiler alert, it did clean better and I do like it. But that was my second unit. My first unit did leak underneath the base station. So I did have some problems with it. I did have to send it back, get a new one. And they just released a new one called the Aqua 10. This is the Ultra. I just didn't put the Ultra on here. It raises and lowers the LiDAR, but there's one that doesn't raise and lower the LiDAR that maybe we can save money on. I just purchased it, so I'll be reviewing it. I do have a review on the Mova Z60 and the Narwhal Flow, and I also compare the Mobius 60. These things are pretty similar. So the Dreame Matrix 10 has this docking station that it can exchange the mop pads. Now, the Aqua 10 just uses one mop roller all the time. You'll have to change it out once in a while. Both base stations will wash the mop pads and the mop roller. They have a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. They wash them with hot water, then they dry them with hot air when they're done. But the Dreame Matrix, again, you can, in the app, you can select what room you want to use what mop pad for. So here we have the orange mop pads. They have some little scrubbers on them. So you're going to use these in the kitchen. Here's the gray ones. These are ultra absorbent. So you may want to use these like on hardwood floors to prevent streaking, or in the bathroom if you've got some water, standing water on the floor. And then the blue ones are just general purpose. So in the app, you're going to tell it which room to use which mop pads. And what it'll do is it'll come back to the base station, drop the mop pads. This thing will go pick up the mop pads, put them down there. The robot will redock and attach the mop pads. It's a pretty cool thing. That also helps prevent cross-contamination. So you could use these mop pads for kitchen, these for bathrooms only, and then these for everywhere else. That way you wouldn't get any cross-contamination on the floor. No bathroom water mixing in with the kitchen water or onto the living room. Now, again, I do use links, so I will put a link to these in the show description notes, and you can find both of these on my website, justadadapproved.com. That's where I put all the robot vacuum cleaners that I highly recommend. These two are definitely going to make it. This Dreame Aqua 10, even though it was my second unit, is actually performing very well. And so is the Matrix 10. The Matrix 10 has a place because of the cross-contamination and using different mop pads, spinning mop pads. Now, as far as deep cleaning really well, the Dreame Aqua 10 did a little bit better job, and it does a better job. The mop rollers do better job with standing water on the floor. For everyday cleaning and mopping, the Dreame Matrix 10 and the Aqua 10 do about the same. Now, again, on my website, I'll have these, justadadapproved.com. If you sign up for my email list, when these products go on sale, I send out an email to let everybody know that a product that I highly recommend is on sale. I just sent one out today because the Mova V50 is on sale for $1,000. So justadadapproved.com. Now let's get started. I'm going to talk about the differences, then I'll show you them cleaning. So again, we've got the base stations are completely different, but they have the same technology, clean water tank and a dirty water tank. The tanks are bigger on the Matrix. They're a little bit smaller. You're going to have a dust bin and a solution tank. So the robot's going to vacuum your house, come back to the base station, everything, another vacuum kicks on, sucks everything into that dust bag. You got to replace that dust bag about every 2 months. Here we have a dual chamber, A and B. B is for like pets. You can put like a pet cleaning, pet deodorant solution in there. Over here, we've got a solution tank. There's the dust bag, but we have 3 solution tanks. A is general purpose, B is for pets, and C is actually for keeping your floors shiny, hardwood floor cleaner. I do like that. Now in the app, you can turn each one of those individual chambers on or off, and you can tell it how often to use like the pet cleaning solution or the hardwood floor cleaning solution. Over here on the Matrix, again, the tanks are quite a bit bigger, actually. I do like that, but the base station is considerably bigger. Now, both of them have a dirt detection sensor. So they're going to go clean your floors when they come back. They're going to wash their roller and mop pads. Then that water gets sucked up into the dirty water tank. Both of them, before it gets to the dirty water tank, it passes through a sensor called a dirt detection sensor. And if that, wherever the robot came from, if that water is dirtier than normal, the base station tells the robot, okay, hey, wait a minute, go back and re-clean that room you just came from. It's dirtier than normal. I love that feature. It's kind of a hands-off feature that kind of helps keep your house clean. If your floors are clean and then it just did a tidy clean, then it doesn't use extra water going back there and cleaning it again. Now, both of them have a LiDAR that it can raise and lower. I love that they both have LiDAR navigation. They map your house really well. They both use the same Dreame app. And in that app, you can divide up your house into different rooms, put no-go zones, and put it on a schedule. Now, they both have a different obstacle avoidance sensor. They both do a good job of obstacle avoidance. I did think the Dreame Matrix 10 does a little bit better job with obstacle avoidance. They both have an onboard camera. They can take a picture of the obstacle. They can do remote viewing. They both have a side brush that extends, and they both vacuum your house, and there's a dustbin that everything goes into. When they back up to the base station, the Matrix is going to auto empty out the side here, right there, and the Dreame Aqua 10 empties out the bottom, right there, through that little port right there. The Matrix 10 is shorter than the Aqua 10. Okay, now here's where the main difference is going to come. Mop roller compared to spinning mop pads. They both have an internal water tank that they're going to spray the mop pads to keep them wet, but spinning mop pads have to capture the dirt, okay, and then they have to take it back to the base station, get washed off, and then start cleaning again. The mop roller has a little bit different technology. It's got an internal water tank. It's constantly keeping the mop roller wet, but as it picks the dirt up off the floor, there's a scraper back here that scrapes the dirt off in the dirty water and sucks it up into the dirty water tank. Now, in my testing, again, the Dreame Aqua 10 does do a really good job of cleaning up muddy paw prints and stuff on the floor. You have a little bit more complexity with the mop roller. And you have an onboard dirty water tank that has to get emptied at the end of the job. Now, you do get some smearing even with the mop roller. You definitely get smearing, like if you have a muddy paw print, the mop pads are going to smear it. The Dreame Aqua 10 also will smear it, but not as much. Anytime you've got like a really major dirty, muddy floor, it is going to require 2 passes. But the Aqua 10 can do a really good job, especially if the liquid is wet. Now, they both have dual brush rollers. The one end is open. Let me open this here. A little bit different design window, but the long hairs are not going to wrap around here. They're going to be directed to the end and hopefully get sucked in. Sometimes if you have a bunch of long hair on the floor, you do get some clumping that you'll see off to the side after it moves. But for the most part, these do a pretty good job of vacuuming. They both have 30 pascals of suction. Now, the Matrix 10 does have a little door or a gate that it puts down. Whenever this is on carpet, it puts that down to help increase suction power on the carpet. This one does not have that. It's a little hard to test because it retracts it and it only puts it down when it's on carpet. They both have a side brush. You will get some long hair wrap on both of them. They can retract the side brush and extend it into the corner. They got a really good carpet sensor. Now, the Matrix 10 can do one thing that the Aqua 10 can't. It can leave the mop pads back at the base station. So if you want this to do a vacuum only job and you don't want it to drag the mop pads on the floor, it does lift them up, but sometimes they're not lifted up high enough. It can leave them at the base station and go vacuum. The Aqua 10 does something a little different. It can't leave the mop roller there, but it does have a cover. So anytime this is on carpet, there's a cover that comes over and covers this. Sometimes you hear that kind of scraping on the floor, but it does a pretty good job. Now, these both are really good for thresholds. They have these leap wheels. They both have the same leap wheels. The Matrix 10 can go over a taller threshold, but it will deploy these leap wheels, and this one can go over a 3.5 1-inch threshold. It has to be staggered. This one can go not quite 3-inch threshold. No, I'm sorry. It can do the same. I'm thinking of the X50. The Aqua 10 can do the same threshold as the Matrix 10, a 3.15 inch. Here's that little onboard dirty water tank. You will have to clean this once in a while, but there is the dirty water tank. It does get emptied whenever it's at the base station getting washed. They're going to do things a little bit different just because this has a mop roller. This is going to put water down here. No, it cleans it on board and then it sucks it up. That's right. And then there is a suction pump down here. Yeah, it's going to suck up the dirty water. There's where the hot air comes out. It's going to fill the robot up with water and charge it. Over here we have spinning mop pads, and water is going to shoot out from the bottom. So right here is where the water shoots up, and it's being spun on top of the water. That's how it gets cleaned. Then it sucks the water up into the dirty water tank. Then it blows hot air onto them. And both of them do a good job of washing their mop pads and drying them afterwards. The Matrix 10 will also dry. There's hot air that comes up here and is directed down here. It'll dry all these mop pads also. And both of them will dry their dust bags. So the dust bag here, they'll blow hot air into and into the dust bin. Okay, the Dreame Aqua 10 is going to wash its mop roller with hot water. Then it's going to fill the robot up with water inside. Then it's going to go clean up the big mess. Here's what it sounds like when it's washing the mop roller. Here's the dirty water pump, sucking the water up into the dirty water tank. Okay, it's going to raise its LiDAR, undock, and travel to the room to clean it. Okay, we're going to see how the Dreame Aqua 10 cleans up these muddy paw prints, a big mess in the corner, and avoids this cable. It does have a mop roller that it can extend up against the wall. Got a bunch of long hairs on here also. Wow, it's doing a great job. That did an excellent job of cleaning up against the wall and got everything in the corner. It does have some long hairs wrapped around the side brush. It's going to do the perimeter of the room first, then it's going to go back and forth in the nice straight lines because it has LiDAR navigation. Now, okay, it looks like it finally recognized that cable. It's backing up. That can be extremely hard to recognize and avoid. It does have a camera on the front. It can take a picture of the obstacle, but you can turn that off in the app if you don't want the camera to come on. Wow, it did a good job of avoiding that. Now I've got it doing vacuuming and mopping at the same time. You could have it just mop or just vacuum only. It's getting the floor squeaky clean. Wow, it did a good job. It's going to do 2 passes. First pass will be left, right, then it's going to go up, down. It did get a water drip right there. That looks like the only water drip I got. I'll keep an eye out for that. It can lift its mop roller. Now it's going to do the second pass. I like that on the second pass, it's going to do the perimeter of the room first also again. There's a little bit left in this corner, but it should be able to get it on the second pass. Wow, that corner is clean. Now it can lower its LiDAR and go under that furniture. In the app, if you put a low-lying area, it'll clean this area first, then it'll lower the LiDAR, go underneath that. It'll do under 4 inches tall. That's what that furniture is. And it gets close to the wall. And this corner was already clean. All right, so I went and got my white glove. We're going to give it the white glove test. Another water drop right there. So it does leave some drops once in a while. There was another drop right there. They're not dirty drops, but it does leave drops of water. All right. Wow. That floor is, and I do have the water turned up really high. So I could turn the water down in the app a little bit more. Crevices are good. This floor is clean. Wow. Excellent job. There's the corner test. Again, I do have it turned up pretty high. I could turn this down to like 19. We'll turn it down around 15. There's that obstacle cord-like item, and it did take a picture of it. There it is. And it's going to finish this job. Once it's all done, it's going to go back and wash that mop roller with hot water and then dry it with hot air. This does have an onboard dirty water tank. That's where that water is going right now. It's the mop roller's being continuously wet, and then the dirt is being scraped off and sucked up into the dirty water tank. And at the end of the job, it'll empty out that dirty water tank. I'm not sure if it flushes it out with water or not. This is an excellent robot vacuum cleaner. I think it did an excellent job. I don't see the leaks. I don't see the drops of water now that I turned that water up. The floor is noticeably drier too. It's not quite this squeaky. All right, it's all done. It's going to go back to the docking station.
dock to charge.
It's very quiet when it travels. And when it's doing a mopping only event, it's pretty quiet too. There's the base station. There's where it's going to wash the robot. It's going to fill the internal tank up inside the robot with water and then dry it with hot air. It's also going to auto empty the dust bin out that port there on the bottom. Right there.
Starts charging. Start auto empty.
You have a few long hairs wrapped around the side brush. Now it's going to wash the mop and dry it with hot air.
Start cleaning mop pads.
Okay, let's go empty out the dirty water tank. There's how much water it used. All right, so it did a good job cleaning that floor. Wow. Okay, we're going to tell the Dreame Matrix 10 to go clean up that big mess. It can change the mop pads. So here it has 3 different mop pads that it stores. We've got orange, gray, and blue. Blue is kind of a general purpose cleaning. Gray is for bathrooms, high absorption in case there's water on the floor. And yellow or orange is for like kitchens, little scrubby actions. So we're going to tell it to use the scrubby action pads for this cleaning area. So what it's going to do, it's going to undock. This robotic arm is going to go down, pick up the blue pads, store them. Then it's going to go up, grab the orange pads, take them down, set them there. The robot will redock, reattach the mop pads, and then wash them and go clean that floor.
Room cleaning. Replacement in progress. Keep cabin door closed. Mop pads removed. Mop pads installed. Start cleaning mop pads.
That's the dirty water pump kicking on, sucking the water up, and then it goes into the dirty water tank underneath here. The Matrix does have bigger dirty water tanks than the Aqua 10. And bigger clean water tanks than the Aqua 10. Okay, it's going to undock. It's got the new style mop pads installed with scrubbers, and it's going to travel to that room and start cleaning. Okay, it did an excellent job up against the wall and in the corner. It left a little bit, but this is the first pass. We're going to check its obstacle avoidance, and we're going to see how well it mops up those muddy paw prints. Now the first thing it's going to do, it's going to do the perimeter of the room first. Since it has LiDAR, then it's going to come back and forth and make the nice straight lines. And it's putting down, so I've got it on a really high water setting because we got a big mess over there to clean up. So it is recognizing that cable and it's going to avoid it. It does have a camera on the front. It is able to take a picture of it. You can turn that off in the app. You can turn the camera off and it still has just as good obstacle avoidance. It can also lower the LiDAR and go under furniture that's 4 inches tall. That is 4 inches tall. And at the end of the job, it can lower the LiDAR, then go underneath there, clean that. But the first thing it's going to do is it's going to clean this room with the LiDAR raised. So it still knows that cable's there and it's going to go around it. Wow, did a good job. Now we do have a little bit of smearing. That mop pad has to capture that mud and take it back to the base station. Wow, that's the first pass, okay. And the first pass is going to be left, right, and then the second pass will be a matrix up, down. But it's going to do the perimeter of the room again. So it was able to clean the perimeter and the corner fairly well, almost perfect. And I've got my white glove on. We're going to do the white glove test. Hard to tell where that smearing was, but I think we got a little bit left right here. It should get. Right there's where the mud was. Wow, that did a good job. It's got this floor clean. Crevices clean. Did an excellent job. Here's the cleaning that it's doing. There's the picture it took of the cord. Right there. And it's doing the matrix clean now. And again, I do have the water turned up pretty good. 30. So it is mopping really good. And I do have it where it's doing 2 passes. I'm not using Clean Genius. I'm using Custom. So it's not going to have the dirt detection. Here's the result of the white glove test. There is a little bit on there, but not too bad at all. And the corners are clean, the sides, there's just a couple pieces here and there, but wow, they did a great job.
Completed. Returning to the dock to charge.
Okay, it's gonna go wash its mop pads. And auto empty the dustbin, everything that it picked up. It's really quiet.
Charging. Start auto empty.
Okay, it's gonna wash the mop pads. I got the door open just to kind of take a look, but if it was gonna change the mop pads, I would have to make sure and close this. It's gonna take clean water from the clean water tank. It's gonna heat it up. It's gonna spin the mop pads, shoot that water on the bottom of the mop pads, scrape it off, and then suck the water up into the dirty water tank. And if this was a Clean Genius event, it would pass through a dirt detection sensor. And if that water was dirtier than normal, which it probably would from that big muddy mess, it would tell the robot, go back and remop where you just came from. Yeah, there's like a pressurized buildup, and for the dirty water suction, it kind of pressurizes and then thunk, comes out. On older ones, we would hear kind of like a gurgling of a constant dirty water pump. This one does sound a little bit different, but it does have a really big tube going down to the dirty water tank. Okay, so when it's all done, it's going to blow hot air onto the mop pads. It's not very loud at all. Let's go empty out the dirty water tank. Here's how much dirty water. All right, let's see. Wow, that did a good job. So today's the day. Both of these, and probably the Mova Mobius 60, all three of these are going to make it on my website today. They're still in their trial period, but I've had enough success with them that I think when the sales happen, which they're already starting to, the Matrix 10, $1,700. That's a good, it's still pretty expensive, but at least it is on sale. The Mobius is $1,600. I did a comparison. There are some differences between these two, so check out that video. And the Dreame Aqua 10 is on sale. I'm glad to see. And they've got another one. I need to put the Ultra on this. I never thought they'd come out with another Aqua 10, but they did. So I just bought it. It's full price right now. It's $1,200. It's the same price as this. So I will get it, review it. But right now, these three are going to make it onto my justadadapproved.com website again. And then when I'm going to send an email out saying these two are on sale. Now I will be comparing them to the Narwhal Flow. I'm going to do one more complete reset and remap my house because of all the problems I've had with it. Again, Narwhal wouldn't take it back. I wanted to send it back, but they're just saying software is going to fix the problems I'm having, which it gets stuck a lot and it doesn't go on black carpet. So I got to see if that's going to get fixed, but I will be comparing these to the Narwhal Flow. Now be sure and check out whenever the big sale, we got Black Friday coming up here in about a month. It's going to be a week long. I'm gonna update this board here with the sales. This was the last big Prime Deal days. These prices were awesome. We don't see these all the time. So check out my Instagram page. Check out my website. That's the best place. The day the sales go active, I post this picture. I post links. I make it very simple for you to find the best robot at the best price. But I do use links. It could take you to Walmart. Mainly, it's going to take you to Amazon. And if you click on those links, I am an Amazon affiliate. The product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It's just a way of helping support my channel. The main reason behind my channel is to get you the best robot for the best price. If you've only got $300 to spend, the Dreame L10S was, and actually today it's on sale for $300. So if you would have been signed up for my email list, I sent an email out saying this was back to its prime big deal days. If you've got $900 to spend, the Curve X was a good one, or the Mova V50. But we've got some new robots, new pricing. I'm hoping some different ones will be going on sale, but I suspect a lot of these will be the ones on sale. I review hundreds of robots and vacuum cleaners, so you don't have to. I purchase these with my own money. That way I can give you my honest opinion. And there are some robots that I highly recommend, like the Mova P10 Pro. It's my 2025 absolute favorite robot. And on my website, you can find it as my #1. But also when it goes on sale, sign up for my email. I send an email out when that robot or other robots that I highly recommend. I just sent an email out today. This was on sale for $300, and you can see it's one of my favorites. Here's what my website looks like. Here's where you can sign up for the email list. If you scroll down here, here's the current robots that are on sale. All you gotta do is click on the button there. It's gonna take you to Amazon. And here are my #1 through #12 picks. And I'm adding others as the price goes down. And I will be adding the Dreame Matrix 10, the Mova Mobius 60. I also review other products. So up here, I do carpet cleaners. These are my best portable spot cleaners and upright cleaners. These are ones that I have tested and absolutely love. And you can find the video for these also. I even have some fun categories, gifts dads will love, gifts under 50. These are just items that I have myself that I use all the time. And for a while, I reviewed several coffee makers. So this is just a small list of the coffee makers that I reviewed, but these are some of the best ones. And when I was reviewing coffee makers, I branded my own coffee. Click on Buy My Coffee. It'll take you to my coffee website where you can purchase Just a Dad Simple Sip coffee in the K-Cup form, whole bean, or already ground. There's also a frequently asked questions. There's also a contact me. If you fill that out, if you got a question, I'll try to get to your email as soon as I can. And when the big Amazon deals come up, again, I take pictures. I show you exactly the robots that I approve of, and then I give you a link that's where you can purchase it. Again, if you click on this link, it's going to take you right to Amazon. If you end up purchasing the product doesn't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. I want justadadapproved.com to be your go-to place to find the products that I highly recommend and love, and I know you'll love also. And I'm going to start getting into more written reviews. I know I do a lot of video reviews, but I'm going to start transcribing those into written reviews that are kind of easy to read and followed by a link. Also on Just a Dad Approved, when we have the big sales, we got Black Friday coming up. I'm going to list all the sales and I'll have really quick access for you. So if you're just looking for the best robot to buy, go to justadadapproved.com. There'll be a little spot you can click on and purchase the product. So thanks everybody. I absolutely love what I do and I couldn't do it without your support. I also have channel memberships. So we're having a lot of fun. I'm starting to do more live streams, and in those live streams, you can have a custom emoji. We're having fun with it, kind of spinning mop pads, roller mop pads. So check out my channel membership. It's also another way of helping support my channel. But during these question and answer periods, I'm going to try to schedule them on a regular basis, and you can just ask me any question you would like. Here's my YouTube channel. If you click on memberships, here's what the custom emojis look like. I only have 4 of them so far, but as we get more members, we can create more emojis, and I'll create an emoji to whatever everybody else decides. So thanks everybody for watching. If you could, please like, subscribe, and check out my website, justadadapproved.com.